They gave me a souvenir cup for the Marvels. I guess because there's an in-game character. All right, we just watched Teri Baaton. This is the opening night, or maybe just the second night. So, yeah, what did you think?
I thought the trailer was better than the movie.
I do think they put a lot of the funny parts in the trailer. I'm not sure how to feel about this movie. I think that there were some funny parts. I think
Hmm.
who was the main actress?
Kriti Sanon.
Kirti Sanon.
Hmm.
I thought her acting was great, playing this this robot, and like the way she was like just not quite there as a human. I think her acting was really good. I think that was probably the best parts were her trying to be a human and taking things too literally. I thought that was funny. It dragged a lot though for lots of the kind of middle of the film.
Yep.
They were just kind of running around and nothing was happening. I think the final act of the movie saved it for me though. It's
It's exactly how I felt. That's exactly how I felt.
I don't want to get into spoilers too soon, but it's hard to talk about the film without talking about the last part. So I think that brought it back around to being worth the price of admission. I would have liked to have seen more of kind of what they went into, but the film was kind of all over the place. It was comedy at one point, then it was a little more serious. It was like rom-com. It was trying to do a lot. It
Which is
was
something you feel about a lot of Bollywood
That is
movies,
true.
correct?
Yeah.
Like we really like them, but I think you've made that comment before.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot where it feels like it fell apart after intermission. I
Hmm.
think this one actually did get better after the intermission.
Hmm.
So that was something.
I think this is not the first time Bollywood has made like a robot-based movie. So if you've watched the trailer, you know it's about a robot. We saw RA1 a few years ago with Shah Rukh Khan. So it's been a concept that we've kind of seen before. Maybe not quite in this setting. So right off the bat, I mean this is definitely the kind of movie I would watch if it's on OTT.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if I would come out to watch it.
Yeah. Or you would watch. I don't know if I would.
That's
Maybe if it was your
fair.
birthday.
Yeah, yeah. If this is rom com, it is Valentine's week,
That is true.
so
This counts, right?
right. So if you want to take out someone special for it, I get into it. So obviously it has Shahid Kapoor, who was the main lead, and then you have seen Shahid Kapoor before.
I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to place him. I know he was definitely familiar.
Hmm. He's been in a couple of big things for Bollywood. Recently saw him in the TV show. It's not Fez, but it's the Amazon Prime TV show Farzi. There we go.
Where was he? I didn't see that one.
Farzi, where I thought he was really good, but he made counterfeit money and
Okay.
really played his character well. This character that he plays in here reminds me of the late 2000s. He played a character named Kabir Singh,
Okay.
which was an egoistical kind of. It was like a prequel to Animal.
Yeah, I'm
So
not sure how I was supposed to feel about his character. His acting was, I don't
yeah,
know. I just,
I wasn't impressed.
I don't think he was an especially well written character. I
Correct.
mean, like, this is one of these show don't tell things, right? Like, his aunt tells him, "Oh, you're brilliant. You're this great roboticist," which we don't really see. And we
Hmm.
see him make one comment during a meeting that makes no sense. I shouldn't expect the film to be technically accurate, but she says, "What's a good alternative to CAD?" It's computer aided design. I mean, like it's he mumbles up some garbage about I don't know, inertia or something. I mean, if I was thinking how would I answer the question, and I would have said, why do we need humans designing it at all? We could have the robots be involved, right? Like robot aided design. I think that would have been, I don't know. I'm not going to write the script for them, but I was like, really, that's the best technical jargon they could come up with. And while we're on the topic, by the way, he's like FIFA. I love FIFA, and he pulls out FIFA 23 when they actually changed the name to EA Sports FC, and the current one is EA Sports FC 24. So for a film about tech, they've already gotten a lot wrong out of the gate. But
I would have never picked on those things up. The FIFA thing for sure I would not have picked up. I did pick up on him like doing this one thing, and she's like, "You're brilliant." And Dimple Kapadia, who's a huge actress from kind of the 70s, 80s. early 90s. And so I love seeing her. Again, like I don't think they gave her justice in the role that she's kind of playing. She's talented. She had a role, but it wasn't like, same with Dharmendra, right? Like I preferred him in Rocky Rani as opposed to like the character he played here, which is like the grandfather.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was good. I liked his performance.
yeah,
We didn't get a lot of him, but,
yeah,
yeah, he definitely acted well.
yeah. He's a phenomenal actor. I just don't feel like they didn't give him justice in the role they gave him. And so there was a star cast that I recognized, which says something. How'd you feel about the songs?
Um, they were nice. I mean, something you could dance to,
Mhm.
if anything was especially memorable.
Yep.
I know, Teri Baaton may, Aisa
Which
Uljha Jiya. That was kinda catchy, which you don't really get the full song, I think, until the end credits, but they were fine, if a little bit cliched, probably not that memorable.
mhm. Yep, that's exactly how I felt. This set, I was like, there's none of this is believable. Like I was like, no one lives in a house like this in India or in America.
She was the CEO, so that's that's something, but yeah, I thought the comedy was, pretty forced at times, right? They did that
Yep.
thing you see sometimes on with those, like, India daytime shows where they have, like, the sound effects when there's a joke, which,
Mm-hmm.
like, a lot of the jokes coulda stood on their own, like, we didn't need the "boing" to tell us it was funny, right? Like, I think that could have been better if they didn't there's some weird editing choices, I
Should we get into the spoilers?
thought. Yeah, I think it's time.
All right, guys. So if you've not watched the movie, don't watch after. Like, go watch the movie and then watch after. Over. So come back.
So, yeah, obviously, she's a robot, we knew that from the trailer. I think if it might have been slightly more interesting if we didn't know she was a robot, although we find that out pretty fast.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that whole scene where he's like, he's into her because she's just like, okay. And she's like, oh, tell me more about that. It was kind of funny about his character. He's like, I'm so picky about women. And he just has one woman who's like, okay. And it's just like,
I mean,
he's totally into.
in his defense, if she looks like Kriti Sanon, I mean, sure, right?
I don't know. He had women throwing themselves all over him the whole film. But that was kind of funny when he realized she's a robot. That was, maybe my favorite part of the film, except for except for the end.
Really? Okay.
It was pretty fun, kind of kind of charming. Him being totally oblivious, even though there's all these hints, right? It
Right.
was that was funny. And when he realizes after everything, he's like, "Sacre bleu." But yeah, so coming to the ending though,
Wait. Okay. Let's back up before we
sure.
get to the ending. How in the world do they let a piece of tech leave America without any paperwork, without anything? It's like we're just gonna take this robot to India in
If
a box.
he had a paper.
Yeah, he had paper. I was just like, what is happening? There's no way. No way. Intellectual property, and this is like no. Anyways, clearly it's a movie and
Yeah.
not real life, so I need to back away. Okay.
Yeah, I think if, it had been, real tech, right, there would have been some sort of safeguards, right, that, "Hey, it's not good to hurt people, don't hurt people, don't set things on fire." There should have been some basic rules encoded, right? That was a
Yes,
huge miss
there's
in the
things the
programming.
robot sets on fire.
Yeah, yeah, coming to the end, it really goes from 0 to 60 all at once, and I
Hmm.
guess they tease kinda through the film that things could go wrong, right, with her
Of
memory
course.
getting deleted and stuff, right?
Hmm.
But, I thought actually ended up being kind of a fantastic scene where she kinda goes crazy. Not even crazy, like, just sort of misinterpreting the commands, right? Which, is almost scarier than AI just going crazy because it's evil, you know?
Oh,
It's
okay,
crazy because
yeah.
it didn't understand it, you know?
Hmm.
I thought it was actually almost like I don't know if they intended it this way, but it was almost like a cautionary tale about this sort of tech, like, even if you play with ChatGPT, it can, like it will do everything you tell it 100% literally, and, like, you'll get things you don't expect and maybe don't even want, but you're like, "Huh, I didn't think it would do that," you know?
I think for him, a lot of it, he was like, I love her so much. This is great. And I was like, you're in love with your alter ego. She's you in a female form. In the way that the characters played out, right? I was like, this is weird. This is getting real weird, real fast.
Yeah, so what do you think about the ending, though?
I really liked it. I think that was like the saving grace of the movie.
Yeah, I actually felt some emotion about it, which I feel like I didn't feel for a lot of the film,
Yeah,
like, "Oh, shit just got real," like
yeah. I thought it was really good. Like I think it like picked up really fast. Like in the last like 10 minutes? I feel like
Something like that,
everything just
yeah.
like literally went to hell. Like everything set on fire.
Yeah, yeah, but I really enjoyed that part. I wish we could have gotten more of that somehow, which you only get you can only pull that sort of trigger once, but,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just so slapsticky kinda for
Yeah, it
the rest of the
wasn't.
film, right? And we didn't really get the good stuff until the end, and it was kinda over.
Yeah, I'm glad his best friend explains to the audience that like, oh, she's going through her deleted tasks. I was like, what is happening?
I got that. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm going through my task queue." At least that was something that felt semi-plausible technically.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, okay, this feels really good. I mean, I just wish they had cut out like all of this middle stuff and
Yeah.
just been like, let's go.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, and there actually were potentially some interesting messages, which again, we get during the credits, basically, like, I was actually kinda shocked that they still went forward with the robot project, right?
Hmm.
She's like, "Oh, it's 2.0, we fixed all the bugs," right? And they're kind of emerged from all this having learned nothing, you know? And, so
And
it
no
wa
one's who's gonna pay for all of this?
I mean, they're, labor savings and this and that, I guess. I assume they covered up the whole robot rampage because if that came out, then, yeah, the project would be totally DOA, right? But I thought it was interesting, though, that, like, yeah, his aunt emerges having learned nothing, right, about the safety of these things, right? And I did like they kind of implied that maybe things aren't totally right. Like he gives his number to that other woman so that they can have black coffee, right? And then she looks at him though, it's implied like, oh, is she gonna snap again, right? And then it says to be continued. So it comes so close to exploring some interesting topics, right? And then the film just kind of ends, which I was really bummed by. I,
Good.
I'm really curious if they're actually gonna make a sequel or not. I feel like there's not much more to tell, but I don't know, maybe it's a totally different film than the next one, and it starts with her being going on a rampage or something. I'm curious.
There were some parts of this that reminded me of the original Bhul Bhulaiya, where she kind of has a dual personality. So I genuinely thought that's the front they were gonna take, and I was like, oh, that would be really cool to
Right?
watch and like kind of see like does she have this ultra personality, but she's also a robot? But they ended up not doing that.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Black Mirror episode we saw that kind of had robots and stuff?
Trying to think, there've been several. There is one where this woman's husband dies, right? And she kind of has him brought back as a robot, where they try to basically encode all of his text messages and stuff, right?
Hmm.
As and kind of put it into this robot shell, and it doesn't work out especially well, right? And
Hmm.
I mean, the scary thing is we basically have the tech to do that today. Maybe not
Hmm.
with the robot, right? But you could
Right.
totally. I think we're veering off topic here, but I think it's really interesting. You could totally take, someone's social media and all their messages, right, and train a GPT model of it to chat like them after
Well,
they
well, I
died,
mean,
right?
there's a part in the movie where he gives her access to all of his cell phones and all of his emails and like uploads all this data to her.
Right.
So I think they touch on it. I just wish they explored it a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It ultimately feels
Just
like
dragged.
feels like a big missed opportunity for sure. They wanted so badly to be a romantic comedy when there was such an interesting story they could have told that we didn't get enough of.
Yep, definitely agree. Definitely. So hate to see it pass.
I I don't know if I would totally recommend seeing it in theaters.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're getting into. There's some good stuff, some funny parts, but I think definitely not our favorite. Probably won't be one of the top films of 2024.
And by the way, guys, we just got done watching what I think is one of our favorite series so far in Hindi. We're gonna knock out a review for it. If you guys have any guesses as to what we're reviewing, we'll give you one hint. It is a TV show with 8 episodes.
Yep,
8 episodes. So drop us a comment below if you know what it is. And once we load it, we'll put a link over here.
for sure.